What is going on, guys? It is Evan here from Evan Sports Corner, and I'm back with another video here on the channel. Today, we are starting a series, a 20-year rebuild with the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the way that we're doing this series is a little interesting. We're going to be doing one season per video, so 20 episodes of this series. We're only going to be able to play a game or two every single season, depending on how we're doing is the amount of games I'll play. This season, I'm probably only going to play like one or two, and in the next few seasons, maybe I'll play like 3. This to prevent cheesing the game and prevent me from winning. I want to see how my GM skills and my team building skills are able to make the team better instead of just playing all the games and winning. So here we go. Our first move is trading DeAndre away to the New England Patriots, a team that's rumored to get him in real life. And this is the offer it looks like we're going to get from New England. We're looking around, a first-round pick going to be involved. And this is going to be our first trade of the video. DeAndre Hopkins to the New England Patriots is a done deal. We get ourselves a left tackle, Trent Brown, a second, and a first-round pick. The Cardinals in real life finished with the believe the 3rd overall pick, so we're going to be starting in the off season of this video, and then we'll hop in the season once we take care of all the moves. Free agent class: Odell is in free agency, Miles Sanders, Michael Thomas, CGJ, and a few other guys. So yeah, it's a pretty okay free agency class. I mean, the Cardinals paid Kyler Murray. We have some cap space, but you know, we're going to try to get a little bit of money, spend a little bit on Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. This would obviously be a huge pickup for us. That safety tandem of him and Budda Baker would be lethal. So we'll see, but it looks like we're not really in his top 5 and giving him the money. And I'm honestly not going to spend that much on Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And we'll go down the list here. Josh Allen. I mean, there's just not really a lot of guys who are interested in signing with us, which I can't really blame these guys. Juju kind of does, but I can't really blame these guys for not wanting to sign with us. I mean, the Cardinals just got the 3rd overall pick, and the team's just not really looking that great. Terrence Steele's a guy we might offer here to improve the offensive line for when Kyler comes back from his knee injury. We're going to need to be able to protect him. Mobile quarterback and all, but you still don't want your franchise QB getting hit. So we'll invest some more money in the offensive line with Terrence Steele, the former Dallas Cowboy. So, free agency about to wrap up here in just a moment, and then we'll get to the exciting part, the draft, where we draft some new players. We should have a lot of draft capital coming off the DHOP trade and some solid picks coming off the Cardinals IRL season. So, looking around here, seeing any free agents. J.J. Watt's probably going to retire. Jonathan Jones might be a solid 1-year pickup for us. As Jonathan Jones, he's a really solid player, and honestly, he could help us out here for the season. Our goal is not really to win. Again, we're going to try and win as many championships as possible in 20 years, but this year is not really a year that I have in mind for the Cardinals competing. 74 overall team. So this is our team after free agency. Kyler injured still, but Hollywood Brown, Rondale Moore, Robbie Anderson, new look receiving core. We actually did end up picking Terrence Steele and getting Terrence Steele, and the team looks decent. Trent Brown at left tackle, and then on the defensive side, we picked up Jonathan Jones. Pass rush is looking terrible, so we probably will have to address that at some point in the future, in the draft, something like that. But we got some free agents that we wanted. We did not get CGJ, but that's okay. And now we're about to advance to the NFL draft, and so here we go. It is draft day here, and we'll see who falls to us at pick number 3. Myles Murphy, the edge rusher, going to Chicago, 1st overall. And then the Texans go quarterback, taking Bryce Young, which means we have a bunch of really solid options. Will Anderson out of Alabama. Jalen Carter out of Georgia. Let's see who else. Don't think we're going to go quarterback, but Will Anderson seems to be the pretty obvious pick here, man. He is a demon, a franchise beast, and like I said, we need to revamp our pass rush, and Will Anderson is that guy. What a career he had at the University of Alabama. And with our second first-round pick from the New England Patriots, we'll see what we go with here. Will Anderson was the pick to help our pass rush out that needed it pretty badly. Now we'll check out some players, and Quentin Johnson is the guy that I have very high on my board. The TCU receiver, top 5 projected in this Madden class, and he's a beast. 6'4", great speed, 94 speed, hidden development at 6'4". Quentin Johnson is #1 receiver type talent. We just got rid of DeAndre Hopkins. We need leaving a spot for a true number 1. And that's what we got. Now we're in the second round. Pick number 3 of the second round here. And we got a few guys I'm looking at. Noah Sewell, the linebacker out of Oregon, the brother of Penei Sewell. And then we got a few other guys. Devon Witherspoon's a CB. Garrett Williams, a cornerback. Jalen Duncan, the left tackle. For the future, once Trenton Brown ends up retiring, he was just kind of a throw-in in that trade. And we're going to go with the big man, Jalen Duncan, with the 88 speed, 6'6". I'm really excited. We can slide him in at guard for now, but then if in the future, we'll move him to tackle once we need him. So he's really a good pick for us there. And we've got ourselves another second-round pick, this one from the Patriots. So the Patriots helping our draft out. Noah Sewell still on the board. Garrett Williams still on the board. It's going to come down to one of those two. And it's nice to have some young cornerback depth. We signed Jonathan Jones, but we got ourselves Garrett Williams, 90 speed. And honestly, it's a pretty solid pickup for us. So now we're having a pretty solid draft so far. We've had 4 draft picks, and we've made some really solid picks. Now we're in round number 3, and Jalen Hyatt's on the board. He's a really good receiver from Tennessee. Had some big games this year, but I think we're going to look tight end, and this could be a reach if we do end up taking Darnell Washington. But Darnell Washington is 6'7" and an absolute beast. But for now, we're going to look at him later, and we're going to take the middle linebacker, Amari Gaynor, see what he's all about. And he's pretty mid. He's not really that good of a pick, but, he's decent for maybe just a developmental project. Now we're into the 4th round of this draft here, and I think this is where we're going to take our man, Darnell. He should still be on the board. There are probably better tight ends out there. As we check out some of these other guys, there are probably better tight ends in this draft. You see guys ranked ahead of him, Dalton Kincaid. But Darnell Washington, the size and athleticism that we've seen at Georgia over the last few years, 6'7" with 82 speed, and just this dude's an absolute beast. He's going to take some time to develop, but he's got guys ahead of him like Zach Ertz. So I'm really excited to use Darnell as going to be a red zone weapon. And now we're into the 6th round of the draft, and I think this is going to be our final draft pick. And a couple guys like I'm looking at, Jaden Hazelwood, one of them, but Tyler Davis, always can't have too much in the trenches, and always nice to pick up a D tackle. He's pretty alright, but again, 6th round pick. You were just hoping for some diamond in the rough, I guess. But Tyler Davis can be solid. So here we go. Going to the end of the draft. We have no picks left. And now we'll see what our draft picks are looking like coming out of the draft. And looks like we actually did a really solid job. 77 overall, Will Anderson. 76 overall, Quentin Johnson. 74 overall, Jalen Duncan. 73, Garrett Williams. Amari Gaynor's a 70. And Darnell's a little low at 67, but again, he was a late-round talent guy. Honestly, he's just a project at 6'7", but man, I am really happy with where our draft went. We simmed to midseason. Like I said, we aren't going to play too many games in the season to start off with since our team is not really in competition mode. 2-5 at midseason, and we'll probably play about 1 game this year from what it looks like. I think we're going to take on the Seahawks here in a few weeks. We'll check out our stats. Kyler Murray coming back from injury. Not amazing. The interceptions are okay at 11 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. Not bad. Our running back room is atrocious. I don't even know who our starting right. Tyson Williams, I guess, is starting running back. And our receiving corps, all 3 of our guys, Quentin Johnson, Marquise Brown, and Rondale Moore, all having solid seasons. And then defensively, look at our man, Will Anderson, with 12 TFLs and 4 sacks, having a great season so far for the rookie. Garrett Williams making a few plays here and there. Honestly, our draft picks are looking good. I want to see Quentin Johnson have a better stat line towards the end of the year, but honestly our receiving corps is looking really, really solid. Darnell not really doing too much yet, but yeah, man, we got a pretty bad squad in terms of talent at 2-5, but our young guys are starting to develop, and that's really what this season is all about. So here we go. We're going to play the 2-7 Seahawks, kind of a tank bowl. We're going to start off this game. We're going to show a few highlights from our game against the Seahawks. Look at us, Kyler connecting with his young target, the young receiver out of TCU, Quentin Johnson. 7-3 Seahawks here in the first quarter, and look at Isaiah Simmons blitzing the gap, getting the sack, and then on 3rd down and 10, Kyler rolling to his right, throwing in the end zone, looking for the big man, Darnell Washington. He is picked off by Richardson, and now it's 10-3 Seahawks here in the first quarter, and that pass is intercepted by Budda Baker, and Baker getting us into it here, and now we lost the ball again, but Will Anderson, the rookie, forcing the fumble, recovered by Zaven Collins, and he's going to take it to the house to tie the game. And now here's the start of the second quarter, and it's going to be a read option, and Will Anderson, man, what a game he is having. He is showing he's worth that third overall pick spot with another fumble, this one to the house. Game's tied up at 17 here in the second before that pass is caught by Tyler Lockett, and he's going to take this to the house to give the Seahawks the lead, but not to worry. Kyler Murray's back, looking downfield, going to bomb this one. He gets hit, and that's intercepted by Tariq Woolen, and this one's going the other way, but no, it's a fumble, and it's going to be recovered by the Cardinals. What a wild sequence there. And now Kyler rolling to his left, firing. He's got a man in the end zone for the touchdown. We're down by 7 here in the third before Kyler rolling to his right, looking downfield for Rondale Moore. That one was nearly intercepted by Woolen, but it is a TD. And now this one is intercepted by our new addition, Jonathan Jones, and he's going into the end zone. And that was the last highlight of the game. We ended up beating the Seahawks. Simmons in the end of the year, we finished 6-11. We took down the Seahawks in that game 38-31. Sorry I didn't show the final score, but we got the win, and we finished 6-11. So we'll see what pick we have in the draft for the next video when we do the offseason and all that. But maybe we'll start playing more games as James Conner actually came back from injury, led the team in rushing, and 3 1,000-yard receivers for our squad this year. Rondale Moore, Marquise Brown, and Quentin Johnson all had big years, so I'm very excited to see what the rookie Quentin Johnson can do in the future. Our offensive line was atrocious. DJ Humphries and Trent Brown giving up double-digit sacks. Kyler Murray is going to get decapitated if we cannot block for him better. Cody Parkey is trash as usual, 8 for 14 on field goals. And that's the end of the first season of this rebuild in the first episode. I'll catch you guys in the next one for season 2. Hopefully we can make big improvements, and our young guys like Will Anderson and Quentin Johnson will continue to develop into stars. But that's it for this video, and I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one for the next episode. Season 2, we'll be doing the draft and playing probably a couple extra games next year.